Hey, Homestead homies. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug.
I'm Stacy.
And that's Sunny. And we're hanging out in the hay barn today. We just wanted to touch base with you guys. For some Americans and people around the world, if you guys don't check out Idaho Hillbilly, he's a hoot to watch. And
Great channel.
They're buried in like 20 feet of snow right now in Idaho. And he is just having...
So go send your support.
Yeah, he's having a hard time up there. But a lot of you guys are probably getting ready to watch the Super Bowl. You know, we don't have TV. We won't be doing that. And people have people over, and it's like a big deal. So,
but you know what? We want you guys. They have the MVP for the Super Bowl. You're our MVHs, most valuable homies. So thank you.
Yeah, we're just kind of shout out some stuff in this video of some channels and some people that have stopped by the homestead. And, you know, we're just kind of hanging out real quick.
Because you know what? Hanging out in the hay barn, I love it. There's nothing better. It's just so relaxing and, you know, you just kind of hang out, and I love it. I love coming out here.
I love it, too. All right, so real quick, too. First, we'll go through some channels, right, that we like. And we like to spread the love around. And you guys might not watch these people. Some of you might watch them. So we're just trying to give you ideas of other channels you can watch. Like I said, Idaho Hillbilly, he's a good dude. Him and his wife, they live in Idaho.
Him and Miss Kitty.
And Miss Kitty. And they recycle a bunch of stuff. And I mean, they're just really trying to put a little homestead together. He's got a couple goats. One of them's got a big one horn, like a unicorn goat. And they're getting pounded with snow right now in Idaho. So yeah, I mean, I'm talking like almost up to the ceiling on some of his buildings and stuff. So check him out.
50 ducks in a hot tub.
Yeah, 50 ducks in a hot tub. Matt is our friend. He's been with our channel a long time, subscriber. And he's up in Canada. He has way more than 50 ducks. He feeds the homeless with his duck eggs.
And he knows a lot about ducks. So
yeah, he was kind of our go-to when we were looking at some duck stuff, setups and stuff like that. And but that's what I do like about him is that he takes the ducks, he feeds the homeless. And then, the money that he gets through his YouTube watches, that's what he uses to support the duck operation and stuff like that. He's a real good dude. Maybe go check out his channel.
He's up in Canada.
Yeah. And then there's MTK, or MT Knives. And they actually stopped by our homestead last night. They're on their way to Pennsylvania. I keep saying Philadelphia all the time, but they're going to Pennsylvania. Him and his daughter, she was so cute.
Lila. Hi, Lila.
Hi, Lila.
And
Patrick, they stopped by last night, and he's got a channel. Check him out. I'll leave all these links down below in the description box, and maybe I'll have them flashing up here in the corner. But real nice guy. He hand makes makes knives for a living to support his family. Very good quality.
8 kids, homeschooled.
Yeah, high quality knives. And so we had a nice chat last night, and maybe there might be some things in the works for future stuff. He might send us a knife to give away or something like that, and one for the homestead. And then there's
and then we had Greg and Sandy came and visited us because they have their dibs on 3 of our little Katahdin lambs.
Yeah, they watch our channel, see that we're lambing. They're homesteading now. They lived in the country, moved to the city. Now they've moved back to the country, and so they want to have some lambs. So they came here and dibbed on a couple lambs that we have. And then also Ozark Off-Grid family and Howard Case over at Homesteading with the Cases. They also want to get some lambs from us, so that'll be neat for you guys because then you can follow the journey from our homestead to their homestead, and then you can keep an eye on them and watch them grow, watch them have babies, and all that neat stuff.
And here, Matt Steele sent us a really nice package. Thank
Stacy
you, Matt.
really likes your name.
Yes, you have a cool name. It's like Superman kind of name.
Yeah, so thanks a lot for that. Really appreciate it. It'll definitely come in handy on the homestead.
And then Jay Merritt sent us some seeds.
Yep, that was really cool.
Thank you. With those, we are not, as far as we know,
we're going to enjoy the seeds.
Yeah. Hollyhocks especially.
Stacy's excited about the hollyhocks. Why do you like them?
They're just beautiful all over, and they just keep multiplying year after year. They're good for the bees. They're good. They're just wonderful. They are. If you don't have hollyhocks, it's not a farm, I don't think.
Yeah, and they're great for the bees and stuff.
Yeah, I had gotten them last year, and the dog had dug them up, and it was just a big mess. So. And
Faith, I don't know what it is about her, but she likes to just walk over to the plant and then just like lay on it. You know?
Yeah.
This is the craziest thing.
Especially the decorative grasses.
Yeah, we try to keep her out of there, but she always does it. And we were going to bring you guys an update on Brutus. but he's nowhere to be found right now
Our
when we're
mall
shooting this
cat.
video. Yeah, we'll leave a video link right here, and you know, you guys can watch that video if you're not up to speed on
90 days, and he is totally, the scab, everything is gone now. The hair is totally growing back all over it. It's just amazing. He just had a lot of scar tissue, and he was walking with a limp. So he's doing
So
really
she's
good.
been massaging his scar like she taught you guys.
Yeah, you massage the scar, just gently, you know, kind of rolling it out. And when I do that, he does walk better because it's just really tight there. But if you guys have a scar on your body, like a big scar somewhere.
Even an old one.
Yeah, you could put some oil, you know, if you use olive oil, coconut oil, or something like that. And
Motor oil?
Don't do that. You're going to massage it out, you know, every day. It'll help loosen it up and loosen that skin up to kind of, you know, so you have a little bit more movement.
Yeah, so if you follow us on Instagram, I did post a picture of it this morning. We had him in the house for a second.
Yeah, because now he's spoiled rotten. He comes to the door, which he never did before, and he's like, give me a little treat.
Yeah, he gets his little food, and she's still got a soft spot for him. That's her favorite cat, really. So, yeah, we showed the neck, and then we showed the before and the 90-day after. Not a scab, nothing. So that's fantastic. And like I said, that video was linked up there. You guys can check that out. Let's see what else. Oh, the weather's been kind of yuck. You know, I've just been kind of tiddling along. It's just how you do it in the wintertime. Some things you do heavy on the inside. You come out when you can. So look for some more of the greenhouse. I have not forgot about the greenhouse. It has to get done shortly.
Very soon.
Yeah, so I'm going to be back on that. And then I have to go over and get that large trunk from that tree that I took down with the flying squirrel. I'll leave that video link right there in case you're just new to our channel. And I'm going to get that trunk up, but I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to give you guys a tip and a trick on what I did to make sure that that trunk is still firewood on demand. Okay, so we'll go over there, we'll check that out, and then when I show you what I did, it'll be like, oh, that was a good idea. Well, at least I hope you say that. So I got to get that up, and then back on the greenhouse, and then enclosing the garden area, and getting ready with the mulch and everything we need to do for gangbusters. You know, we're in the Midwest, so, you know, February is cold. March is cold. Weather's up and down. Really cold, snowy, cold, warm day snuck in.
And from our Amish friend Noah, he says after February 10th, it's supposed to get bad again.
Yeah.
Cold and icy, or maybe some snow and all that. So
Yeah, so we really don't get heavy in the garden around here till middle to late March or early April. So some of that stuff we've been talking about for you guys for our Growing Your Health series that we're doing on our channel, we'll be getting that stuff. It won't be till like, you know, middle, late March before we even start doing those. So just so you guys have a heads up, so you know that we're not going to be like, you know, at the finish line last minute stuff. We still have a little bit of time, and I am going to get it done. I'm going to show you guys probably how to, I'm going to put the barn doors on that, so that's kind of cool to learn how to do that. And, you know, just kind of bring you guys along on that so you can see how we're doing it. Anything else?
I don't think that's it.
So check out those channels that we talked about and recommended.
Oh, and I have a shout out. Heidi, Rain Country Homestead.
Oh.
She makes great patchwork. Whoops. Skirt. Sorry. And check out her channel besides that, because she does so many cool, you know, holistic type things. And then her husband, Patrick. So,
yeah, Stacy's got a soft spot for them. You know, we watch their videos. And, you know, the good people living in Oregon and the rain country. And they're moving to try to get off grid, you know, and stuff like that. So check out all those channels, and we're going to get busy around here. We got some stuff to do while the sun's shining. You guys, don't forget about being a Homestead Homie of the Month. We got our eye on you. And again, thank you, all of you that are watching this video right now, for hanging out with us, subscribing to our channel, hitting that little bell down by the subscribe button so you're notified every time we upload a video. And following us on Instagram and Twitter if you do that kind of stuff. You know, just staying interactive with us. I mean, it's like, you know, sometimes we're here on the off-grid homestead and it feels kind of like, you know, we're alone, but we're not, because we always have you guys leaving messages, sending us emails, you know, well wishes, stopping by and visiting, and that, you know, that's community, and we really like that, and we really are proponents of community.
And thanks for being our most valuable homies.
Yeah,
right?
your
MVBHs.
MVBHs.
Woohoo!
All right, it's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. I'm Doug.
I'm Stacy.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
See you guys.